Good morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing, brother?
Good man, how are you?
Good, good.
Looks like you got a new mic or something.
No, just on my phone.
Oh,
Sometimes
nice.
I have, sometimes, well, I'm open on my laptop and phone sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes one or the other.
yeah, it sounds pretty nice. Oh man, GJ. Too bad I didn't hold GJ.
Oh, oh yeah, bro. Holy, that thing went up 100 pips from when you sent that analysis to me.
Yeah, god damn.
Well, I was watching, it was crazy. I was just thinking, hey, like, it was such an odd time, It was way, like, it was um, like I fell asleep at 11:30 last night or something, but or sorry, I fell asleep at 8 p.m. I think around there is when it was gonna break out or something.
Oh, 8 p.m.
Yeah, man, I fell asleep super early.
Oh, nice.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Vincent.
How are you, bro?
Good man, how are you?
Good, good. How's everyone?
Good, good.
Well, so far 25 people are doing good. They're up and logged on.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Bro, I turned on. I woke up around uh, a few hours ago, whatever time, right? Like 4 a.m. or something, and I turned on the live stream for Todd Capital Group.
Yeah.
Bro, he got the breakout of GJ like on the 15-minute, same exact play that you would have made. And
Oh.
yeah, bro, it was crazy. It was really good. Like he learned. It's that little candle right there. The
It's fun?
is it was so on the 15 minute. If you go on the 15 minute, it was so see that barcode 5 6 candles.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the next one, it broke out and closed above, and then he got the buy right there.
Oh,
After that one
wow.
hit. Yeah, but he had a so it wasn't just like he was holding till the moon or nothing, right? He had a plan. So if you look to the left, he got he closed at like 400 or something.
Yeah.
There was like 2 points where it could have whipped on the daily, and yeah, man, it was really really like a rakeel textbook trade. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Morning, coach.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this and GJ that made a high, so now it's supporting some sort of a support over here.
Hey, perfect rakeel trade right here, bro.
Yeah, it's supporting some sort of support. So if the support forms and the candle closes bullish, I'm gonna take buys up till 141, 380.
Yes, sir. Didn't you do this trade yesterday at GJ Asian?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Yep.
Do you mark up zones and adjust them with small time frames? Yeah, yeah, that's what I do. So this is based on the 30-minute right here. If it case comes down, but if it bounces, if it forms a bullish candle, then I'm gonna maybe raise my zone up over here and do something like this, because essentially price made a high, so it needs to create support. So you gotta see where either it's gonna create a support over here because there was some issues here to the left, or it's gonna create a support down over here because there was some issues here too. So we gotta see where it creates support. Someone sent a chart over here. Your JPY 30-minute closing bearish at resistance. TP around this traffic area. Yeah, sure. I mean, I wouldn't take this buy a sell. I'd look for buys because price created a high right now, and I'd be looking for buys for price to create a support and then go up because you got to trade with the trend, not against the trend. Santiago.
exactly what I'm looking at. EJ. I don't want to open any shorts.
Yeah. Is this
I don't know if you guys remember, but like 3-4 weeks ago, Ted was made or Ted's refresher webinar from like for EJ, and he was looking at the daily and the weekly, and you know, we were looking at like if EJ broke above this one level, you know, we might be going bullish for weeks. I think that time has come now.
Yeah, now EJ is in this range here, this daily consolidation area.
Mm-hmm.
So just by looking at EJ daily, looks like it can come up to 120, 800, 850. Yeah, it's 4 hours.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Because 4 hours super bullish.
Yeah.
Someone sent a chart. What's this? Fake out, retest, target. Taking a sell. Perfect. Yeah, a sell could work. But I'm looking for buys because trend is bullish. So I'm waiting for candles to close bullish so I can take buys. Oh yeah, this is creating support over here. Look at GJ.
Man, that Q Banks challenge kind of flopped. The guy did some fucked up shit.
Where is he at right now, man? He took sells when I took buys.
Yeah, he took sells on GJ,
Yeah.
and then at the resistance, and man, GJ went up so much, and the guy, he's at like 1,200 now, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
He
just
may as
took
well
gold.
just, sorry, he may as well just come on the stream and take your trade kill.
God
Yeah.
damn. No, because I know why he took sells. He took sells because price was at resistance, but there was no confirmation it's gonna go down.
Yeah, there's nothing, you know, and it just market just opened like I feel like he just wanted to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like
And now the guy took gold buys, bro.
Oh my god.
He's in gold buys.
Well, to be fair, gold buys would make sense because the previous 1 hour closed bullish at support.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if gold goes up, I mean, he could get a buy to like 1461.
But I'm just thinking, like, with the momentum that we have of gold going down, right?
Yeah.
Previously, I think somebody else mentioned it too. Like, we've gone down even to 14, like 46, 45.
Andy's a swing trader, so he's not looking in for no short.
Yeah, but his risk is not of a swing trader. That's the thing.
Yeah, man, he's not.
His risk is next level risk.
He has a 1 lot open on gold on a $1,200 account.
Oh. Yeah, see, the thing with gold now is it would have gone up, but this 30 minute it broke the high and the low of the previous 30 minute. So we don't know if it's gonna. Oh wow, yeah, it's just no idea. Gold's gonna go down if it breaks below 1457. Yeah, GG, I'm gonna try to enter buys once the 30-minute candle closes bullish. Seems like a good idea. Good morning. I'm thinking your USD will short. Can I get a second opinion? Wow. Well, you need to send a chart. If you send a chart, we'll give you all kinds of opinions. But man, looking at EJ is not a sell.
Yeah,
That-
EJ's going to the moon.
yeah. Anyone who sends me a chart, EJ sells, that's counter trend. You know, EJ is in an uptrend. So we gotta treat it with respect. It's an uptrend.
Respect, yeah.
What's
Otherwise, you'll get disrespected.
yeah. The last 2 hours were bearish for GJ, and it was rejected from a strong resistance at the middle of October. Would you still middle of October? I'm not even looking at middle of October thing. I'm looking at what's happening now. Right now, GJ created a support after London opened at around 141, 095, and now it's respecting that support. And if it closes bullish, I'm looking for in the next candle to continue moving up till 141 400, or even retest the high it made at 141 500. I'm gonna look for sells if it breaks below, let's say 141 100, or even 141 even. Because if it breaks below 141 even, then if you look left, there's this clean candle here. So then next target is going to be down over here. So you see, if GJ goes down, it's going to have a much easier time going down rather than if you try to sell EJ. Because EJ has all these bunch of candles here. So I think it's going to have a harder time going down. So I'm going to stick with what I know, and that's waiting. And I'm just going to sit and wait. Someone sent a chart. Oh, looking left, this is strong resistance. 30 minute. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't a good trade at all. I think a good trade on this one would have been below this area right over here, because then you got a clean candle that you can play the sells off of. But here, no, you got all this mess over here. So it's, I don't know. You might as well go trade the torch account, because this trading is bad. No, you have to wait for clean candles to the left. That means waiting. Raja, you have a little cold. No, man, it's a new mic.
Bring back the old mic. The new mic sucks.
New mic makes me look like I got the cold.
Bring back the old mic.
Got the sniffles. No, I'm good.
Why you upgrade the mic? Or should I say downgrade the mic?
Yeah, I downgraded the mic. Because that mic had a condenser on, so it's like it was picking up all kinds of noises from left, right. So this one's a dynamic mic with a boom arm, so it doesn't really pick up a lot of noises.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're too high tech, man.
Yeah.
No.
He's got a boom mic. He's like doing his own production over
Yeah.
there. This is gonna be Raja Bank video, TV show.
Raja and Sons Productions.
That's right. Yeah.
Alright, it's supposed to make my voice more cleaner or direct or whatever.
We just need to convert the live stream over to the podcast stream. Just run the podcast in the meantime too.
Yeah. Audio only.
Audio only.
Hey, how's the meeting yesterday?
It was good. Holy cow! There was like 100 people there.
Oh shit.
I was sweating bullets. It was so hot in that place because they had so many people packed in, and I didn't think they expected to get like 100 people.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But it was good. There was a lot of I just sort of answered questions and spoke with everybody, and they sort of talked about what they were doing with the trading floor. It's actually going to be pretty cool, because I think what I'm going to try and do is get out there maybe once or twice a month, like go on like a Thursday morning and do when we do the live stream here, I'll do it live from that area. Like I'll just bring my laptop and we'll be able to trade live with you on the big screen.
Yeah,
They're going to
nice.
put everything up there, and then there's going to be people trading and stuff. So I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it will be. Like a bunch of people in one place. Like, it's just in person live.
Yeah, in person, and then it's like a drop-in. Like you can sort of just hang out there and ask questions and stuff. So I think it's going to be really fun.
Oh, cool.
So it's good. I mean, they're young guys. I mean, they're hungry. They're good traders, and they want to try and do something different. So we'll see. I told the group though. I mean, the group knows this. I said we don't know how well these guys are going to do anything. So it's up to us as a group to keep everybody accountable in terms of what they're going to do and how they're going to do things. So they're going to set it up like almost like a gym membership where like you pay like $50 or $100 a month, and then you could show up anytime and trade live with everybody, or come get questions answered. And they're going to do like weekend events and things like that for people that are part of the groups.
Oh, nice. So is that their own funds that they're trying to trade, or is it something?
Yeah, they're trading their own funds, and then they'll be able to, you'll be able to go there. Like I told them, I said like you would probably go in there and maybe talk for an hour or two, whatever, like special guests and stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's really cool. Like a gym membership.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it's a perfect way to do it because like for myself, like if I'm gonna pay $100 a month to come, like I'll choose when I want to show up, right? And then they're gonna have events on different days and on like the weekends and stuff, and they'll have a schedule up, sort of like like if you go to a gym and there's like one of those fitness classes you want to go to or something, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be open like through New York and that's it, just in the morning.
Well, no, they're going to be New York, London, and Asia.
Oh, shit.
24/7, right?
Yeah, 24/7 basically. Like have it set up for specific times.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Show up, yeah.
So Ted, I thought this was the one where they were basically you have to pay a subscription for the capital, like you pay
No. This is different. Yeah, this is different. This is within Toronto, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and then what they'll do is they'll live stream a lot of their trades. Like they give out signals and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just looking at what they're going to do and evaluating, how good they do it. That's basically what I'm looking at. Is I gave them a few ideas on like if I was to run it, how would I would do it, and they were sort of open to those ideas. I just said, you know what, if you provide value and you guys are there every day, there's a master trader there, someone asking questions that you can bounce ideas off of, it's going to be a very good spot for people.
Yeah.
Ted, just a quick question. Anybody from Forex family and were able to go there?
Oh yeah, everybody, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's open for everybody. Yesterday it was a free event, so there was like a lot of people from Forex family there. The guys we know that have been with us for a while, and then a lot of new traders and things like that. So I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to see how it pans out. The space is good, but I think they're gonna need to expand. I think they're gonna need a bigger floor because I just see it having more of an impact than
they anticipate.
Yeah, because I really think it's a great idea. If you can get like a little, I mean, if you can do it like a gym membership where everybody's showing up and they want to trade together, they want to learn together. People will show up there at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to work together till like 9.
Yeah.
It's a good spot to do something like that.
So Ted, you said like a gym membership. So basically, you go there and you log into your account, or you have to bring your laptop.
Yeah, they have trading stations, but then I always said just like bring your laptop and whatnot, and then people be trading together and stuff like that. So,
Okay. Very different, very unique. Never heard that concept before.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be very interesting to see. I mean, and it's like, if I'm there, we can do like live stream and stuff like that, and I'll trade live there with my laptop. Like, I mean, I'm not too comfortable with it, but I mean, we'll see how the internet connection is. But yeah, I mean, I'll do that as well. And I mean, having like Raja on the live stream in the morning, you can stream that in the trading floor as well, right? So people can be there listening and stuff like that.
I think Black Bull Markets does that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you'd have to have some good internet, man, with all that connection.
I know. That's the thing.
That's the only concern.
Yeah. So.
But you try and you tweak it as you go along. But that's good.
Yeah.
I like
I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, it'll be fun to see. I mean, these guys trade 15, 20 lot anyways. So I mean, I'll see how the 100 lot works on their internet connection if they.
UK elections poll caused the drop. I don't know which drop. The pound has not dropped yet.
The torch account is torch.
Torch account is dropped.
It's officially torch.
Man, he took sells when I took buys on GJ. I was like,
Oh,
Dude, he was
that
taking
that was
sells.
last night, right? He took cells on GJ.
Yeah.
I looked at that
GJ,
last
dude.
night. I got home at 9 o'clock, and I looked at that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna fly to the moon. And I didn't take an entry, and I woke up this morning. I'm like, holy cow! It went basically 100 pips overnight.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Did he have no stop loss?
Obviously,
No,
no stop.
he did. It hit this morning.
Oh. Well, that's no big deal because he knew how much he was gonna lose.
No, I think he put the stop loss in like way after he was in way drawdown.
Oh, okay,
Dude.
okay, makes sense.
On a .35 and 2.20 lots. No, .35, .20, .30. He lost $664.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
Santiago, this makes sense on gold, but I think you'd want this support to break first on gold at 14.57.50. If you want gold to continue moving down.
That was a nice pickup on Euro JPY again, Raja. Thank you.
What happened?
Euro JPY.
Oh yeah.
Up.
Yeah, it should move up. GJ should also move up over here. It's just
Yep.
waiting for them to close.
I think that all JPY pairs are losing strength. JPY is losing strength, so all UJE, JGJ are gonna continue rallying.
Ah, the Chinese indicator. That's the first thing I saw, and then I saw market structure. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. You know? Should I nap? Yes. I think you should take a half an hour nap over here and then come back the next 30-minute candle. So if this candle closes bullish, I'm going to take a buy on GJ. Just waiting.
Hey Ted, you know where we could get more updates on that trading floor thing?
Hmm?
Where could we get more updates on that, or like more information?
Oh,
Just
the
follow it.
Central Capital website, or Century Capital.
Oh, Century Capital, got you.
I think it's in Ted's story. You could just
Yeah, you can click it on there, and they got a website too. So
Perfect, thank you.
see how they do with everything.
Central.
Wow, you seen this crap?
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm talking about Saudi IPO is set to value oil giant at 1.7 trillion. Wow, that's crazy.
Hey.
Oh, that's not it.
Oh no.
Century Capital, not Central. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Don't sell fake followers, man.
Oh yeah, I saw this one yesterday. This picture. This is a huge boardroom.
Yeah,
So where's the trading room?
that's what it is now. So they've put monitors and everything there now. So
In
that's
that space right there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna need the biggest space.
Yeah.
That is so
Oh, yeah.
nice room for talking and.
Yeah, but it's nice though. But yeah, I see what they're saying. You're saying.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just they have to try and get everything together and figure stuff out. They seem like they're gonna do it, so yeah, we'll see. That's why I tell people, I'm like, see what happens.
Yeah, smart. They're just testing the water first, but at least they know how the turnout was. So.
Yeah.
Man, we have such a big community here in GTA. It's crazy.
I know. Man, I literally was there from 2:30. People showed up early, all the way till like 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Holy.
They probably like showed up from far away too.
Yeah, people and it was like at one point I had like 60 people like asking questions and listening to stories and talking about stuff, and I was like, holy cow. don't lie. I'm like, Wicks don't lie is busy.
Yeah, I was busy. I had my son with me. I couldn't bring him.
You gotta run around. Yeah, so it's good. Like I said, I think if they do it the right way and everything makes sense, it'll work really well.
Oh, it looks like it's gonna run off here. Alright. I'll be right back.
Freaking Mr. GJ buys.
And EJ buys and GJ buys. I caught them off the last 15-minute candle.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get, but I wasn't paying attention. I want gold to be pushed up some more to take some sells because they got trade talk going on.
It looks like it's capping out.
Gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not pushing anymore. Well, we got news at 8:30, so.
Oh, for what?
Oh, building permits. I don't know if the market is, although it's not strong news, major news. It's major news, but I don't know if that will give it a little push.
That's
that we
true.
need.
Funny, that thing's not even showing on. Oh, it's not even showing on Forex Factory.
Yeah, that's why I keep both open. Like Forex Factory will tell you this, like if Trump's speaking, but my FX book won't tell you. I just look at both.
Forex Factory showing how Jeff Bezos can afford to buy every team in the NFL. Latest news, wow.
He wants to own a football team.
Yeah.
He's not the
Wants to
type
buy
to.
Seattle, he said.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the football guy to me. But hey,
It's funny, he's got endorsements from a lot of people.
yeah.
He's got
And
endorsements from Kraft and Jerry.
Okay. We know what the name of the stadium is going to be. And he has to put down 30% to purchase the team. Can you believe that?
Yep.
Looks like the 30-minute kind of closed bullish here. EJ, GJ.
Yeah, GG's doing his thing.
How much is this gonna be? This will be 8 pips.
Could have a nice push all the way to 141, 540.
141,
If you look at the 5-minute chart, we have a perfect supply and demand area. So this is, it's like a perfect zone setup. It's like actually super clean. You have basically this area here from this area here.
Nice.
Yeah, so I took a buy based on the 15-minute here.
I'm gonna try to leave a runner this time to fill that wick.
Yeah, it should continue moving up. I mean, if it stays above the low of the previous 15 minutes, it should continue up till, you know, 141, 400 at least. Wow, gold is also coming down. Downtown.
Let's see if he's still holding his gold buys.
Same with EJ too. EJ buys would make sense too because the previous 30-minute candle closed bullish. You know, so as we're coming into the New York Open, there's going to be a lot of volatility, and then I think you can expect the volatility to break up rather than breaking down.
Hey, Cavalli's not. I mean, sorry, he is holding them.
Wow. If everyone wants to know what not to do, go watch this guy.
I mean, copy the guy.
All his trades are straight counter trend trades. Like yesterday when Roger took GJ buys, he was in sales, right where he was at.
Strong support, wait for resistance. Yeah, so you're waiting for break. It's good.
Yeah, that buy or that sell he took on GJ was horrible. Like, just no clue what he's doing. It's actually pretty embarrassing for Q. I mean, I don't want to tell him that, but man, it's when you look at that and you see what people are doing, man, he can't pick out people at all to trade.
Well, the next two people are actually going to be the Wall Street Academy guys.
Which is going to be even worse.
What?
Because if they screw up, what does this whole Wall Street Academy look like? Like, that's the biggest blunder in the world. Why would you even do that? You better hope that these guys perform miracles.
I think these guys are gonna do good. Just watching, yeah, they're gonna do good. The last two are definitely you're gonna see a big difference.
Because his name is to it, it will be giving him signals or traits.
I hope so. It just, man, it just looks horrible on him. He picks these guys. Oh, these guys are great and they're horrible, and then now he's gonna put his own guys that he's taught up.
But Ted, the only difference is you're gonna have two educated traders. You already have two non-educated traders. So you should see a big difference.
I hope so for his sake.
I think what's gonna happen is like all these guys, they ran up demo accounts in 2 days, right?
Yep.
And whether it's a student or not, there's a whole different psychology involved when it's a live count and everyone's watching.
Yeah, I think everybody's educated, but the psychology, when it comes to like now everybody's watching you, or you're performing in front of blah blah blah, they start messing up. There's no experience.
Okay, what's this? this here? Gold. Possible stop loss. Waiting for price to close below this line to sell. Possible target down over here. Yep. This is a good chart which you sent. Very nice. See, these are the kind of charts I want to see when people send me charts.
And the other thing is too, I think Q has to come out and say that he also owns KTOFX. He has to stop denying that.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning,
Ted.
Morning.
Hit.
I thought
We
Anthony.
spoke about that yesterday, Ted. About the
Yeah.
whole. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He owns it along with a couple other guys, and he just has to come out and say it. Like, stop denying it. It's you're not fooling anybody, especially when you're bringing Algo Tech up, and it's the same three guys. Come on.
Yeah, same three guys.
It's like, come on. And the only people that KTOFX Instagram is following is those three guys, basically.
Oh shit! Come on.
I've been know this way ahead of time.
Yeah. It's just like
It's pattern and behavior.
yeah,
just-
it is. It's so funny. It's like, like when it first opened, I looked at who was following. I'm like, oh, those are the guys that own it.
And there's nothing, you know what I mean? Like, over all the years, he never used to disclose on his broker or say anything. So
That's
it
right.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was simple.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's this? Someone sent a chart.
I mean, people have to figure out that pattern. If they didn't, once you become a trader, like, you start to see things differently, and you see patterns, and you're just like, okay, that makes sense now.
But salute to him, man. He's leveling up. I'm proud of him.
That's why I say. I mean, it's good, but just don't try and hide the issue. I mean, don't try and act like it's not. Like, it's silly.
Well, from a mental standpoint, Ted, I don't blame him because you know what came with owning a broker.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's, yeah, you know what I mean.
And
So
I think that's why
the
he sort of
aspect.
kept it quiet at that point.
Yeah. I think I would do the same too. But a little less promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GJ's gonna dip a bit before it goes up, I guess. I don't believe GJ's going down. I know everybody likes to get in shock when one candle dips a bit, but I don't get in shock because of that. And we saw the same thing that happened the other day too, when everyone starts calling sells and it's not a sell.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at it is that if it needs to respect the previous candle.
Yep.
This one here, it needs to stay above it for it to continue moving up. Even, down here at this support, but for me that support is going to be like a little bigger stop, so I'm just going to then get out and wait till here.
The way the hour candle's setting up, the next hour candle will go right back into like 355 up to 500. Unless this whole candle here on the hour is a huge fake out to go back to the downside. But it doesn't make sense the way the structure's set up. Unless this whole hour candle flips in the next 20 minutes.
Because here's my cause for concern here. So we got this area right here, right? These candles need to break above this area. If they stay below this area, then I'm gonna wait for price to break down here for sells, not over here, because then essentially price will be making a range down here. So this is what I'm gonna be cautious about.
Because we just came from a big move.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Exactly. So rather than taking a sell in here, I would want to take a sell down over here. It's much more cleaner. So, you know, when you do analysis, you should always have, like, you know, two sides already played out in your mind. Okay, if it's a buy, this should happen. If it's a sell, what do you want to happen? You know, so if price goes against you, then you're not all confused and dazed, like, oh shit, what happened? I don't know what happened. Can I also trade Bitcoin? I have no method, basically. There's no method. I can trade Bitcoin for sure.
Gold is jumping.
Yeah, I think gold's gonna drop further down, 1455, 56. It's coming down. Look, it broke the low of the previous 1 hour too. Do you guys know Covera? They go to university campuses and recruit people for signal services. Yeah, I know Covera. They're the same guys from TNet. TNet guys joined Covera.
Oh, T-Net.
Yeah.
T-Net.
TNet.
Oh, what a bunch. Those guys are a bunch of jokers, man.
Yeah.
Especially the leader. I know exactly what that guy is. Yeah.
Man, I've seen their ads, and their ads are like, "Do you want to be a millionaire?" And he's not even a millionaire himself, you know.
It's like, it's just they just saw hopes and dreams. Like I said
Bro.
before yesterday, it's just like it's ridiculous. I know these people. They hype.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of nonsense that they're promoting. It's just like anybody can, like if they really want to learn Forex, they can do it by themselves. All these hype men and all these little algorithms that they pull and everything, it's just nonsense. It's what gives the industry a bad name. It's sad. Bunch of crooks, man.
Hey, but at least they say this is more about recruiting. That's what they say now.
Oh god. I'm gonna get started on those guys, man. I dealt with them in the past, but these guys are not the quote unquote saints. Obviously, these guys are crooks. They only pretend. It's ridiculous.
Roger's best friend is starting a what's the word I'm looking for? I guess he's starting to teach for free.
Oh.
Who's friend?
No, I don't think so.
Roger's best friend online.
I don't think
What's
so.
his name? Sean?
Yeah, AstroFX will never teach for free. That's a given fact. That's
Lee will never teach for free.
That's a fact. Like the sun rises from the east.
Teach for free.
No, some things
He's gonna
are.
be sponsoring traders.
Yeah, those things are written in stone. That those things are never gonna happen. It's like the Forex scalper will never show his face. You know, it's like the live streams will never go dead. I mean, those things are just not gonna happen. Oh yeah, sun rises from the west, sets in the east. Yeah.
Dude, I remember back in the days when Forex Scalper first came out, everyone was asking, "Are you the Forex Scalper? Are you Kevin?"
Yeah.
Dude, my name is Kevon, not Kevin, dude.
One guy's a white Dutch guy, and this guy's a black dude from Florida. Alright, the 15-minute candle closed bearish. Now the next one should continue moving up if it's going to go up. If it doesn't go up, then it's going to go down and I'm going to exit my position. So in other words, this 30-minute candle should flip bullish. Because the previous
He
candle...
left no wick at the bottom too on the 15. So 50-50.
That's true. That's true. I'm just looking at this area here, 141.280, to see if it gets if this area gets respected, then it's gonna head down and start ranging. Man, who's that playing with their mic over there?
Who's that? Kavan?
Who's that?
Nah, man, I'm on mute.
GJ could be a retest. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at. That it could be a retest. But for that to be a retest, I guess it's important for this candle to close, this 30-minute candle to close. Yeah, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna wait till it gets to, if it comes down to 141.200, this 15-minute candle, then in my case that's just way too low for it to go up. You know, and then I'm gonna exit my, I think that's gonna be like 8 pip loss, something like that, 7-8 pip loss. Plus it's a Monday, you know, so it doesn't make sense to go hard on a Monday when you got Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and all of the nice days where you can go hard on. Look at that 15-minute on gold. Broke support. The two best ways to avoid drawdown are to place a stop loss, and if you're in a drawdown, you don't like it, just don't look at it. And look at it after like every 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Because when I'm in trade, I rarely look at it. I just don't look at it. I'll take glances. I look at the price. You see the price? I just look at the price. I see where it's at, and then that's it. Because I know above 141.300, I'm good. But as long as it stays below 141.300 is a cause of concern. The ship can start sinking, so we gotta eject if it comes down. Eject! Eject! Yeah. See, so far it's going good. Now, all I gotta anticipate is that this 15-minute candle, this is the low it made. That it shouldn't come down below this area if it's gonna go up. Because we're almost halfway through the 15-minute candle, and if the first half is creating this bullish, then it should respect this low and continue going up. Looking at the 5-minute here, yeah. But if it comes below this area, I'm gonna close my trade.
Kind of looks like the 30 minutes just making like a nothing, you know?
Yeah, but now it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking good now. Gold moving down. Oh shit!
Oh, gold. Oh.
Well, I told that dude gold is a sell. I even posted.
Should have DM'd him and everything.
Now he's down 200. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Let me hit up Q to close this account down, man.
Man, he
About
should
to be gone.
Before he clears it.
Damn, dude. I thought he said he was gonna cut him off at 1500.
Nah, he's sleeping, bro. He was sleeping. That guy's been down.
Yeah, he's been down.
He wasn't waking up yet.
No, GJ would fly a bit.
Yeah, it should. If this 15-minute now continues up and breaks the high of the previous 15-minute, I'm staying in this trade. And then I'm going to tighten my stop down to 141.220. Because then I got to manage my trade. You know, because then also the 30-minute candle is creating a higher high and a higher low. And then the next one is going to be the New York Open. So that should bring us some volume to push it up to 141.400. GJ respecting mini resistance. That is a wrong comment. If this candle closes bearish, then you can say it's respecting the mini resistance. Once this candle is still open, we don't know whether it's respecting it or it's breaking through it. We simply don't know that. Unless the candle closes, then we can say, oh yeah, it's respecting it. Why put your stop into a what, Raja? Why put your stop into a loss, not into profit? So I don't know what that means, but I'm just waiting for this to close. Wow, EJ is so hard. Look at that. Nothing. EJ's trying so hard. It's trying to. Can't even move. This thing is just stuck in these barcodes. The only good thing going for EJ is this 1 hour candle. Otherwise, 30-minute looks like shit. Do you eat mashed potatoes or double baked potato? I think I'll eat both with some ketchup. See now, this is the second half of the 15-minute candle and it's still bullish. If we look on the 5-minute, it's creating. The last one went up, so I mean I don't really look at 5 minutes, so let's not look at that. But yeah, the 15-minute makes sense. So now this low should be respected on the 15-minute. So now it's at it's created a mini support and it's at this mini resistance. If it stays bullish, there are high chances it's going to continue moving up. So I might want to bring my stop up to 141, 220. So I brought my stop loss up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like 5 pips. Why did you enter a pair that is going to continue up? Because it was going up. Raja, listen to your podcast. Oh, very nice. See, now GJ has entered 141, 300, which is good. Oh, rejected. Still got some time left for this candle to close. Damn, so much waiting here. EJ is doing nothing.
Hey, on Friday I was at work when we were looking at GJ, right?
Yeah.
And I left the stream at like maybe 9 o'clock or something, and then I checked back at like 9:45. It went up like 30 more pips.
Yeah, I know.
You guys caught it.
Yeah, we caught the initial move.
Yeah, the initial move. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I saw you guys results. It was beautiful. I closed around the same thing, like 100, and then I looked back. I'm like, oh shit, man.
Yeah, I caught this one right over here.
Yeah.
And then this is happening yet later on.
Yeah, that happened after. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no.
I was happy initially, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna open MetaTrader to see where it went after. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I look and I'm like, oh, nice. It was very nice and just like idea, you know.
Yeah, it's always nice when price moves the way you wanted it to move.
Yeah, you could either look at that as positive or negative. Some people still make that a negative, you know, and messes up with their whole psychology. They'll still think they missed something, like, you know, they can't be happy with what they got.
Yeah, because when I see price does something which I exactly wanted it to do, I know that the next time it's going to do it, I'm going to catch it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a YouTube channel that has 100 million subscription. What the hell?
Oh, yeah. PewDiePie.
What the? Those checks must be nice.
Yeah, he's making good money from YouTube.
What's the channel about?
PewDiePie.
What the hell is that? I just seen that on Bloomberg. That's what.
Oh.
Man, I've been following that guy since 2014. And
No way.
back in the day, he had 30 million subscribers, and I'm like, wow, 30 million. Now he's got 100 million.
Oh, there's a next guy who overtook him. It's called T Series Official. Has 117 million subscriptions.
There's this guy. There's this guy on YouTube. His name is Mr. Beast, right? And he gets a lot of views on his video, and he gives away money. He gives away 10,000, 50,000. He bought his buddy a Lamborghini, cash.
T-Series is a brown, is like a Bollywood, or sorry, Indian music label.
Yeah.
Man, all the brown people just watching everything on YouTube.
Don't you know they have the biggest population in the world?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way to buy subscriptions on YouTube.
Wow, 100 million subscribers. T-Series.
They may invest on those subscriptors.
Brown people runs the world. Respect them.
More power to brown people.
Tumka. They have a new song now. It's called Tumka. Tumka is... Oh, actually, Tumka is a word given to twerk. Do you know that? Tumka, you know? Tumka Maro.
Now that I think of it, yeah. I could recall, you know.
Yeah, twerking.
It being used in that context.
Yeah. Tumka means
Amazing what people come up with.
Yeah, it means shaking the hips. Alright, GJ, candle about to close in 50 seconds. It's closing bullish. Higher probability for the next candle to continue to 141,400. 30 minute also creating a higher high and a higher low. So I'm going to tighten my stop here. Bring it up to, you know, the low of the 30-minute candle. Because now I expect the next 30-minute candle to continue going up. So the beauty about this is now that if the next 30-minute candle, it breaks the low right here, then the selling is invalid in my opinion. And then you can turn around and say, okay, yeah, you know what, it's maybe respecting this resistance there. So then you're going to have confirmation, okay, that resistance is being respected and it's the time to exit the trade. Rather than having a stop down here and me waiting for it to come down and hit it and fuck me over. No.
Did you say turn around?
Turn straight? Yeah, turn around.
I think you said turn around.
Yeah, I did.
Well, you also said the selling thing is invalid. I think you meant buying,
Oh yes, yeah,
you need
buying.
to drink some more coffee, bro.
Yeah, then buying is invalid.
People might start selling, you know.
Yeah, it's just forming the wave. It should continue up. I don't see the same dropping all of a sudden.
Yeah, my stops are tightened now below the
Yeah,
30
don't
minute
get wrong,
candle.
we're opening
to the new hour opening, we always get a pull buy.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we don't break this 140, 300, 200.
I just think that we've been seeing a lot of what we saw on Friday, like with GJ at this time. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look back at the trades and if I had taken it maybe an hour later, like the same time I'm holding it for an hour, if I had taken it that hour later, it would have been a way better position.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it got stopped out by GJ.
Oh, mine was just a little below that. You know, I had that room to breathe.
GJ buys. Got like what? Four
You
pips?
stopped that in profit, right?
No, I lost like 4 pips. That's no big deal.
If your stop loss is around there, you're good.
Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a planned stop because, you know, this 30-minute candle broke the low of the previous one, so that in my mind is like, yeah, there's no trade at that point. You know, so now I just gotta wait for this to close because I'm not sure whether it's gonna close above or below because it broke the low. So it's very important to be like, okay, like, you know what, if it got stopped out, awesome. You just gotta relax and wait. Because if you get stopped out, that's the same thing as winning the trade. Right? You win a trade, you're like, oh, perfect, I won the trade. You lose a trade, you're like, okay, perfect, I lost the trade based on, you know, I planned. So that's very important.
Oh, good thing I closed gold down there. It kind of pushed right up.
Yeah, came down and found some support.
But Raja, your stop loss on GJ was really close, right?
Yeah, it was.
5 pips?
Yeah, so it was below the 30-minute candle.
Mm-hmm.
So now it can go up, you know. So that got stopped out, knowing it can continue to go up because like, that's what GJ does. But I want to be in a trade which is 100%, you know. And for me, 100% trade is when the candles are respecting the lows and the highs, and it's like moving clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100%. But if a candle in an uptrend, if it breaks a previous low, then that to me is like, yeah, I don't know. This is something that I don't want the candle to do.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So what you were,
I used to say the 5 minute. So
yeah.
I can see we have a small support on 141, 200, 220. So that's basically what this week did. Right there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like I closed early, and and some people are still holding, and in the anticipation it's gonna go up. That's awesome, But yeah. Man, gold was a sell. Now it's just doing some wacky stuff. Someone's beating their coffee there. Man, last week was pretty weird because last week there was so many good news for the USD and nothing moved. Absolutely nothing moved.
I call that like having a fart in the water.
Yeah, I mean, look, from here, from what day was it? Like 8th, 9th November till Friday. Nothing happened on gold. Gold just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Nothing. And last week there was CPI was super positive, PPI, retail sales were super positive.
Yeah, the CPI didn't do anything.
Oh, it did.
Nothing at all.
It did nothing, man. Where is it? I'll show you the 30-minute candle on CPI. Where is it? I was so shocked that I remember this is the candle. This is the CPI candle.
Okay.
I saw this, I'm like, what? That's it. Because before CPI hit, so I was about to board the plane, and I was like, okay, the previous one is bear. CPI could at least bring it down to 1458.
Mm-hmm.
But when I landed, it just nothing. I was like, whoa. Would you say this is a rejection on gold happening right now? Rejection on gold. Yeah, I mean, if you want to force analysis, I'll tell you what's happening on gold. So this is support right down here, right? And the candle previous to that broke below this support at 1457.60. So now if this candle closes up, then you can say this move down was a fake out, and the next candle should continue moving up towards 1459 or even 1460. If you want to force analysis, that's kind of what I see happening here. Because if you look left, this is an area which had happened here before, on the 12th November. Same thing happened. Support formed, candle broke down, came up, support formed again, and moved up. Same thing happening here. Support formed, candle moved down, so you can anticipate a support formed and for it to move up.
Tell that to the he's tripping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that these guys did so well on the memo accounts that their ego is too high up now, because now they're in a live count, and their ego is too up that they don't want to ask for help either. Right? Because like if you've lost over 50% and you're not asking for help, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
I always tell guys, hey, listen, if you take more than 3 losses, you gotta ask for help, because that's not normal. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, now we have so many resources, man. There's so many videos on YouTube. We do these live streams. I mean, man, if even one of... What's that?
I can't take demo serious.
Bro, your mic needs help. Richard sent a chart here. Let's take a look. Ryan's mic held him back a little bit. Oh, what's this? GJ, 15-minute. Resistance created, lower low, retest. You're looking for it to continue down. Yeah, I agree with these sells. You know, like if this gets respected, then yeah, you're right. It should continue moving down. See, this 30 minute, it broke the low. There's a high chance it's going to finish bearish. And if it finishes bearish, then it's, in my eyes, I'd say, yeah, it's heading down. So you're right in that aspect. But you just got to wait for this to close.
Don't get me wrong, but the thing is with GJ is so bullish that I'm looking for sells on GJ.
Yeah,
so,
but
maybe in sells and take 5 pips or so. But as soon as you are maybe in 5 pips profit, you're gonna have a huge pullback. That's what I'm sell GJ.
Seen it before.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be
on the other side of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You can book like 10, 15 pips, yeah, but it's high risk. It's a high risk sell.
It is.
yeah, just gotta wait for this candle to close here. This 30 minute. I'd like to go against somebody. Yeah, you know, cause you always gotta look at it in two ways. You know, if it's gonna be a buy, how is it gonna be a buy? If it will be a sell, how will it be a sell? Right? And if this candle closes bearish, there's a high chance the next one is gonna go down. That's basically, and then you can look left, you say, okay, maybe it's respecting this resistance. But if this candle hasn't closed, we don't know. But so far it looks like it looks bullish unless this candle closes heavy bearish. That's from someone who's not in the trade. So right now I'm just noise. Oh, Mitch. Mitch took a sell. Yeah, I think it was a little risky here. Kind of clear lower low area, 7 pip, 15 pip TP with runner lower time frame. Closed early. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. You closed early, so that's pretty good. You closed early. I think the sell on gold was as it was breaking this support down here, this candle, because when you look left, it reached a strong support over here. It's more clear on the 30 minute. Where's it? Even on the 1 hour, yeah, right there, it reached that support type of deal. But it's good, man. You closed early. That's pretty good. Closing early is way better than letting the price hit your stop loss, because you see the little signs that, okay, you know what, this is gonna continue going against me. Mitch is getting fluid. Very nice. It makes me happy, you know, when people do that. You know, if someone's trying to get a amazing big trades to show off on Instagram on a Monday, don't do that. Try to do that on Tuesday or Wednesday, because there's no reason you should be going hard on Monday or Friday. Mondays,
you go kill your account.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna kill your account. There's no rush on Mondays. Pips. My coffee mug says pips. Oh, what's this? Oh, we could see a return to 1.30 GBP USD. 1.30. Someone mentioned. Let's take a look here. 1.30. Well, that's not far away at all. That's just right there. I mean, if you look left, this is a liquidity area right over here on the daily. It could come into. It's 1.30.
Because it's wicking this?
Yeah, like to the left.
Yeah.
To the left, yeah. So this is where people get in trouble, you know, because I think this is what the torch guy did yesterday too. Because now G is at resistance, someone's going to take sells without any confirmations. Does this have to do with the trade deal becoming a reality with US-China? I think a trade deal going good for the US is gonna increase the dollar, and that should decrease, that should drop GU. What their idea was, that was mostly based off of what's happening in the UK, not with the trade deal. GG has been riding the top half of Bollinger 15 minute. Very nice. Bollinger Bands. For the 15 minute to go up on GJ, it needs to break this high right over here, 141.300, for it to continue moving up. But you see the previous 15 minute closed bearish, which gives higher probability for the next one to go bearish, which will close the 30 minute in 11 minutes. If this closes bearish, then I think the buying is kind of subsiding for a little while.
Well, GJ does that the first half hour, right? First half hour or so, it'll push, it'll give that pullback.
Yeah.
So I think,
yeah, exactly.
I think we'll still see it go up.
Yeah, plus the 4 hour candle is about to close too, and for now, the 4 hour just looks like, yeah. Almost like a nothing candle.
Now, would you say that it kind of gave us like the 4 hour gave us a hint of anything when it does do that? Like.
Yep.
Like what can you kind of see, or like what would you say you can kind of tell from the 4 hour candle like that?
Ranging.
Gotcha.
Because the 4 hour made a high at 141.560 and it made a low at 141.100. You know, so but this is a big wick here. So when we look on the smaller time frames, we see some more information now that this is the resistance it's made, and then this is the low, which is the support.
Got it.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Nice close there on GJ there for me. Otherwise, I would have been in a 7 pip extra drawdown. What was that? Yeah, gold went to 1460 there. That was a fake out. Damn. See, when you understand market structure and zones, man, it just becomes so easy to like just anticipate. Hey Rajat says bottom of your screen is Friday. Oh yeah, every day is Friday, man. so I'm gonna change it to it's Monday. Don't be stupid. Alright. Someone sent a chart. Ooh.
Gold's pushing, GJ
Yeah.
dropping.
Gold should push up higher to 1463. Damn. UJ, this is an example.
God damn it. What's going on with GJ? There's something going on UK though.
This is an example of a bad analysis. This chart right here. This chart sucks. Whoever sent this, yeah, whoever sent this chart, I can't even pronounce your name right now, but this is a bad chart.
What the hell is that?
An arrow on a chart.
he chooses supply and demand. And fucking read that arrow.
Yeah. See that, GJ? GJ 30-minute candle broke the low of the previous one, which increased its chances to continue down.
Yeah, JPY is gaining strength again. There's news on Forex to remove it in Beijing. Now they're saying they are pessimist.
What's the news?
They are pessimist.
Man, the pessimists always be killing everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no tariff rollback. Yeah. Gold gaining strength. JP say havens are gaining.
Holy EJ died.
EJ, UJ, GG's going downtown.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, see if GJ is coming down now. It should continue down till 140 even.
Yeah, now fasten yourself because Trump is gonna go out from the point.
This is great, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, some volatility.
Gonna get some cells later on soon.
Started snowing, eh?
Oh, really? It's snowing?
Like what? Like rain snow.
Oh yeah, I can see it from my window.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wet snow, right? Yeah. Soggy wet snow. Catch, come inside. Hey, come inside.
Hey, come back, please. Come back.
See now, this is where the Bollinger Bands didn't work. Because the Bollinger Band said it's gonna go up.
Yeah, Bollinger. That was a long time.
Yeah. But price action said there are chances it might head down. It went down. Man, if it creates a low, god damn, this is awesome. I'm gonna sell it then. Sell it to 140,800 at least. Why don't you chart futures? Because I don't trade futures. China and yeah, Alex, you're right. This is an impulse move based on rumors. This is an impulse move. Like no decision has been made. That's just like China reacting, and you know what's gonna happen? Trump's gonna wake up and Trump's gonna react back to China's reacting. Trump's gonna say, "Oh, stop crying, China."
What's going on?
I don't know. China saying something about like tariffs.
There's no deal.
No.
Oh,
Wow. Gold is still going up. EJ.
Crazy, just how we approach a key level, you know, something happens, like how things go together.
Look at gold, man.
$5 move up, probably.
Wow. Yeah, see now GJ is coming into this clean candle areas where it should technically continue dropping.
Where do we sell?
This was taking a risk trade here.
I'm looking at this and thinking, how would you have caught that move? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Never mind.
These are impulsive moves, right? These are impulsive moves. It takes a little bit of seeing it over and over again, and then based on the fact that okay, it's dropping, it should continue dropping.
Could you go back to a smaller time frame?
Yeah.
The one you just Okay, I guess there would be a bit of a telltale sign. It had this. Hold on, let me just draw this right here. This curve.
Yes.
Yeah, and that would probably be like somewhat of a telltale sign that it's dropping.
Well, my idea was that once price came down to 141.033, I sold, and then I was aiming for this area down here, like 141 even.
Got you.
Yeah, so that
But I think the thing is that the candles, wow.
Yes.
Just dropped it.
Yeah.
The candles didn't play out the way that you wanted to, right? It just happened.
It just happened. Yeah. So I took impulsive
so the
sells.
analysis was right, but the play wasn't, I guess, quote unquote, in your favor, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can't say that,
bro. DJ moved so fast, I didn't even know where to enter. It was nothing.
I'll show you my cells here in a sec. How to catch these trades? Watch Rick's don't lie. Yeah, I've seen this happen lots of times. And when it starts to drop, there are clean candles. I was like, okay, it should continue dropping till down here. Let me just bring this up. Because now it should continue till 14800 here, just like we talked about if it breaks down. I mean, this move came as no surprise, but the way it's falling came as a surprise. Wow. God damn. Alright, so download, open show folder. Yeah. So this is right here. So this was the loss I took right here when I had a buy. This was the loss, and then these are sells I took 141.030 in the anticipation that it should. So 131.030 in the anticipation it should continue down till this support right over here, 976, and I closed it at that level too because I wasn't sure whether it's gonna bounce from there or it's gonna continue dropping, but I guess it continued dropping from there.
You just clicked sell, right? You never had no sell stop or nothing.
I had a 10 pip stop, so I just sold with a 10 pip stop.
Oh, okay.
Because the way it broke this support and the candle was about to close, there were like 2-3 minutes left for it to close, So I was like, what are the chances it's gonna come down to this next support there on the 30 minute?
Oh yeah, I saw I was watching the 1-2 minutes before. Yeah, it was breaking below
the support and then looked like it could like drop way more. I
Yeah.
just thought we'd get something.
So it was something like this right here, from this area here,
Yeah.
but it dropped further down. And I think it's going to continue moving here. Wow, EJ kept falling. Damn. Next time you take a trade and loss, try to tell us for the reverse and sell. Thank you. No, Eric Master. I think you should change your name first of all. Because if your name is going to have master in it, you shouldn't be asking slave questions. That's just...
Eric didn't close the freaking trade whenever.
Yeah.
He thought it would have kept going.
No, see, if you come on the streams and if you follow me, that's a wrong idea. These streams are not meant for you to follow me. These streams are meant for educational purposes. So I honestly, guys, listen, I don't give a shit if you lose money. I really don't care because it doesn't affect me. So you need to be logical, you need to be smart, you need to send charts. You know, that's the only way you're going to learn. Because if you come on here and start taking trades, start taking so-called like signals, man, you're going to lose all day long. That's not how Forex works. You know, if someone's here to make money, it's not going to work out for you. If you're here to have like a good understanding of what market does, why it's moving, what fundamental events are affecting the market, you're going to learn that 100%. But if you're in it for the money here, it's not going to work out for you. Trust me.
We were looking at the news earlier. That Beijing thing was not there, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't there.
That was not there. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Louise, ooh, based on fake out theory, I used the buy stop order. Oh, perfect. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because then there's a higher chance for it to break through to the other side.
Yeah, with momentum.
With
no
momentum.
drawdown.
And I think that momentum was this China being moody.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
By the time we find out what the China will happen, the thing moved like happened.
Yeah, but like here's the thing now, right? If someone missed out on these sells on GJ, there's one thing you can do now. GJ made a low here, right? GJ made a low. Either you can wait for price to break this low and continue down to 147.50 or 700, or you can wait for it to go up, create a resistance, and then take the sell down.
Gotcha.
You know, so the ideal scenario would be for price to come up, create a resistance, and then your only job should be to look for opportunities to sell for price to retest the low it created at 148.840, let's say.
Even though we've been coming bullish for past the momentum earlier was bullish, right?
Yeah, but like this momentum, I think this move up was I don't think this was an economy driving move because there was no news, there was nothing. So I think this China news coming in was the little catalyst to, like, you know, for the yen pairs to correct a little bit of this upside move it had. Wow, gold is still rallying. God damn. Will it come to 1468? Because now gold is in this dirty consolidation area. And it came down the stairs. It's going up the elevator right now.
Yeah, it did not take the stairs.
No.
It took the elevator right up.
Yeah. Like, screw the stairs. Yeah, but the funny thing is, GU didn't do anything at all. Nothing. GU had a little fart. That's it.
Well, I closed my positions before 8 o'clock because I had to jump on a conference call, and then I just watched it dip the last 15 minutes, and then I looked, and there was obviously a news bulletin or whatever.
Alright, what's this? Oh. Looking for buy if GJ shows rejection on green zone on a bullish candle, question mark. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make perfect sense. So you're waiting for, what's the price? I can't see the price, but that makes sense. Not sure what price level that is. Can't see it. But if it's coming down, it should come down to 140, you know, 700 at least now.
Yeah, I took a buy on the 15-minute candle on gold after that push up, so I think we may have room to continue to move up. I'm looking at
Why is GJ going down and GCAD going up? Is it because of the safe haven fuel?
more than likely.
It's just crazy. They're both going opposites.
This is where correlations don't matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good job. For real. Whenever GCAD goes a certain direction like hard, I'm always thinking GJ goes the same way, and he mostly does, but not today.
Can you explain why this change in whipsaw happened? I don't understand the initial up push and then the huge rejection. Well, the only reason I understand it move up because the trend was bullish, right? So that's the move that happened over London. But this move down, it was basically on this impulse, you know, like this news coming in. So I was initially in buys and my stop was below the 30-minute candle because my idea was that, okay, if it's going to head up, it should respect the low, but it broke the low, so I exited my positions, and then, you know, sell would have been below this, like 141, 100 area. Below this area would have been a nice sell. And then, you know, now if it's starting to come down, I think there's a clean candle hit to the left. It should have an easier way coming down to, you know, 140, 730.
I literally exited like about 2 minutes before the 8 o'clock hour with GJ because I was like, yeah, we're not really going anywhere anymore. I closed and then I just watched the dip when I was on the phone call. I was like, holy shit. And obviously news being the catalyst for it. It's always interesting how there's a random news event that comes out to help with massive rejections and things it makes.
Yeah, it comes at the right time.
Yeah.
Should we go again down, Ted? In 1450 levels?
For what?
On the gold.
Why are we going down?
No, I mean, like, that was a catalyst. It went up straight away. So, are we not gonna settle again for the better price?
Yeah, but I
We're
don't.
going again up and up.
Yeah, but I don't understand. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to ask only, will price go again down for some reason because it was a catalyst?
Yeah, but why would it go down? The catalyst was it for it to push up. So why would it go down now? I'm confused. You have to give more context.
No, I got.
So right now gold is going up
Thanks.
because of instability, right?
Yeah.
So that's the catalyst for gold. Instability, pushing gold up. So we would need something to push it back down. So what would we need for it to push back down? We don't have anything right now.
We need good news, right?
Well, yeah, you would need information related to the trade wars, which we just got, which was negative.
And also the yen, right? Yen went stronger based on that.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean it's inverse correlation, right? So it's just more of like, okay, if you want gold to go down, you would have to figure out, okay, what catalyst do we need for gold so that it would drop, and that would be more than likely a news event, just like what we got here, to go right back up.
Mid with explanation, and Nan said, "Oh no, Ted, it's okay, thank you." Not realized he had no choice. He's like, oh shit, I might get roasted.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just, I mean, I didn't understand the question, so I was just trying to get more context. That was all. And then he's like, no. I'm like, okay.
Good morning.
No.
I know there is nothing to argue about it further, so I just okay. My question was stupid.
Oh, why?
No question.
No, it wasn't stupid.
No question.
Yeah, no question.
Don't say that, man.
What happened?
I didn't understand the question. That was the problem, and I kept asking for context.
Nina?
Yeah?
You like a pretty good chart, man. I gotta lie.
Thanks. I will send many more. I just need your guys' suggestion.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Send them, and we'll guide you through it. But no questions.
Ted and I was whole time I was in Jiv's webinar last night till 3 a.m. and a lot of Ted stuff in the Forex family, in the Forex family website. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Good, man. The only thing you did on the 4-hour chart instead of I told you that the 4-hour resistance, you drew two resistances instead of.
No, that I just copy pasted it and forgot to did on that right support instead of resistance.
Yeah. But other than that, it's really good. Came up good. Congrats. So you got buys at 14.56.
No, I didn't got the buys because I didn't knew catalyst was coming and I was not prepared for it, so I didn't took any buys.
Oh, you didn't take any entries? Oh man.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not on any entries as well, so I don't need it. Sorry.
This downward channel still hasn't made a new. They are high up anything, paying attention on gold. Yeah, I think for GJ to continue down, it's created a low. It needs to create some sort of a resistance here, and then should look for like selling confirmations, like a bearish candle on 30-minute or 15-minute to come down and retest this low. That's something what I'm going to look for during the next hour and a half. A sell to retest this low at 148.30, and then the potential to continuing down. If that doesn't happen, then there's no trade.
So that push up yesterday on GJ was just a retest to go further down, you think?
I don't know. I think that push.
It looks like, right?
That push up.
If you look at the weekly,
Uh-huh.
we're just bouncing off of weekly previous support, now resistance.
Right.
So it's a strong area.
So we
right
have
now,
to.
in my personal opinion, we don't know. Like, he's gonna break or not,
Way
or
too
double
early.
bottom and go down.
Or go
Early to figure it out. You
Yeah.
can't. Well, we haven't even cycled through one market yet.
One full session.
Yeah. We have to wait till at least Tuesday, Wednesday to get direction.
Right. Well, by Tuesday and Wednesday should be by. I mean, if it's going further down, then it should be by the range area, and then we're gonna be more stuck in no direction.
What range area? Which one?
So the weekly range, the daily range, basically.
What price is it?
Between 141 and 139. That one.
But that's a huge range.
The daily, I think it's 140 to 139.
Yeah, but you have to look in the range in which you trade, because 141 and 139, that's a huge range, man. That's a 200 pip range.
No, but I'm saying like for a big move, like if it's gonna continue up or down, or to stay in that range, 139 to 140.
Yep.
I guess if today we close as a bearish candle, we're going
Like
down.
daily. You think if it closes daily today, bearish, it's gonna continue?
Yeah, like below 65, 75, around that area.
Right.
I think we're going down like this week.
To what? To 138.
139.30 will be the first soft, or 139.60, 50.
So the move up yesterday was just a retest, reshade.
Yeah, it could be fake out.
Got it. Okay.
Like to make everybody think we're going long, and then the rest of the week we're going down. But right now we don't.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm
No, sure.
just asking.
Yep.
But like Rakeel said, that's a big range between 139 and 140. So getting stuck back into that range, it's gonna be really hard for us to get like a sense of direction.
I think the best way to get sense of direction when you're doing intraday trading is to look what's happening currently. You know, rather than focusing on the daily is between 141 and 139. And I know for a fact that 80% people, they don't trade on this big ass range. They're looking at the 1 hour, the 30 minute,
that's what I'm saying,
the
for most people, like,
15 minute, right? So if you're looking at, but if you're looking at price, where what price is doing right now, what you see is that price created a low over here. It broke the support. So right now, what would make sense is that price go up, maybe create some sort of a resistance and then come down to retest this low. And this move down to retest the low is going to be your profitable trade.
Right.
Rather than getting mixed up on daily range is that's noise. That's complete noise. And I think
waiting for that low to be created.
No, waiting for this low to get broken to continue down, because it's a clean candle head to the left, and that would just make sense.
Right.
Because like most people, they get lost in these crazy higher time frame analysis.
Right, like that's going crazy. You're putting yourself in a jail.
Yeah, so I'm trying to take you out of that jail, Mac.
They call him the box jail.
Now that we have that negative catalyst about the trade war, gold will eventually keep moving up. So we keep on finding buying opportunities since there's no sense for gold to go down now, right? Wrong, because that was just one impulse move. Right now, Trump, if you're going to look at it from a fundamental perspective, Trump's going to wake up and then they will react to this entire issue, and if they react negatively towards these tariffs, then you're right, then gold should continue moving up. But looking at it now, gold is entering this range. This is a very strong, shitty range gold is entering in now.
Goat shit.
Yeah, this is goat shit. This is what you need to be aware of now. This range. This is the same range on GJ, but on the daily time frame.
Right.
You know, so
then you're gonna be stuck again in a jail with no sense of direction.
Yeah.
Well, we got a fake out to the. Well, I don't even think it was a fake out actually. We just went to the top of the range.
What trade are you on now? Nothing. No trade. There is no trade. Trust me, guys. When you come to the charts, you shouldn't be in a rush to enter a trade. This 4-hour candle is about to close. So now check this out, right? This 4-hour candle is about to close in what, 8 minutes? The current 4-hour candle is creating a wick, right? So this move up on the smaller time frames is the 4-hour candle creating a wick up. So the next 4-hour candle has a higher chance to, you know, maybe create a wick up and continue down to fill this, do like a wick fill. And on the smaller time frames, that's going to be a, you know, like a price created a low, came up, created a resistance, and then coming down to retest this support. And I think that's the trade I'm going to be looking for. Continuation move down. If I get it in the next 45 minutes.
We should continue dropping. News should correct itself.
On GJ?
On gold, because this is where I would wanted to take the sales at. But the only thing is, I'm thinking that this trade talk news, just like how the Brexit news, it always corrects itself.
Yeah.
It should correct itself.
I thought you didn't trade GJ.
No, I'm talking about gold.
Talking about gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hey,
what?
Rakeel.
Monster?
Hey.
You're also you also think that this sell is valid because it's still the queen candle to the left there that hasn't kind of been like completely because the queen candle to the left there.
This one right here?
Yeah, meaning that we shouldn't have many problems going down compared to going back up from that impulse move up.
Yeah, because this was a strong support at 141.100, which it broke.
That was the London Open there to the left, right? The support, remember earlier support that you mentioned? Yeah, the London support.
Yes.
Was that the one right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna push up and correct that move. Because I seen gold stalling.
Man, you need to send a chart, man. Mac, please send a chart.
I knew you were gonna say that.
See, if you don't send charts, I'm just gonna mute you because I mean, this is I don't know, man. You need to send charts.
I will. Give me 1 second.
Hey, Max the pit catcher, bro.
No, don't say that.
What's the best way to cut down my losses? I think the best way to cut down the losses is to maybe focus on 1 or 2 trades. 1 or 2 trades. Because the thing is, as soon as you go into the threshold of the 3rd and the 4th trade, that's when you start taking, you know, like more losses. That's what I think. Because the first 2 trades are your planned trades. The 3rd and the 4th trade, you kind of go into that emotional side of trading. The 5th and the 6th trade are all emotional trades. You know, so the formula is really simple. If you stick to 1 or 2 trades a day, your losses will get considerably lower, and as long as you use stop losses too, obviously.
When you go above the 4th trade, you start entering into revenge trading.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Eric, I hope you're closing, man, as the thing's going up.
Revenge.
Yeah, so if you look right over here, I had this buy on GJ, which I took, I closed in a tiny loss, and then took sells. And this is from Asian session last night. I had a sell, which I closed early. So closing trades in I think it's a conscious decision to say that, okay, this is a loss which I'm willing to take, and then just close it.
So the 2 losses you took, the tiny losses you took, you exit based on what? 15-minute price closing above or below that 15-minute candle?
Yeah, so basically when the 30-minute candle here broke the low of the previous one, I got out of my buy. Okay. Because that to me said okay, if it broke the low, then there's a higher chance it's gonna continue moving down. So it made no sense to stay in the buy. And then looking left, this tiny resistance then made sense. So that's why I got out.
Thanks.
Which I think it's going to be a good highlight, a good lesson how to close trades with tiny losses.
I think you should make a rap song, man.
Now you got a new mic.
Don't make sense.
Yeah, I got a new mic now.
The thing is that story is hilarious, man. And, and I think you just made it up when you were driving.
Yeah, I smoked a joint and I was driving, and I said, well, why do people do things that don't make sense? Because this lady, she was in the extreme right hand side of the lane, and she cut to the extreme left hand side to make a turn.
All the way through it?
All the way through. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. What the fuck are you doing?
That's Mac, bro. That's Mac driving in New York.
Yeah.
That, bro. Come on. If I do that, I have to cut from the left to the right.
That's how you match up the rear view mirror.
If I do that from the left to the right side, and that's because I'm missing an exit. But
you know what they do in Saudi Arabia, bro?
I wouldn't go from the right side to the left side. It makes sense.
What happened in Arabia?
So, bro, my professor was telling me in Saudi Arabia, basically, when you come to the stoplight, if you're all the way in the right turning lane, you can't stop in the right turning lane. You have to go in front of the other lanes and park sideways where the sidewalk is, because you have to let the right people still make a right turn.
What?
And then you start moving before the light turns green, and that's considered respectful. Yeah, otherwise everybody will start messing you up, If you stop the right people from making a right turn, they consider that disrespect.
What, they want to spit on you?
I don't know, man. It's crazy you saying over there.
That's funny. I never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither, man. Canada, you just block the lane. That's it.
That's mad chaos. Like out the blue, everybody's getting out like so there's an ambulance behind you or something. Just spread out. Woo!
Alright, see now, GJ is doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's doing a retracement after this big drop. Theoretically, it should create a bearish candle, and then we should continue moving down to retest this low.
There you go.
Yeah, but we need to make a wick.
Well, the wick is there already.
Oh, 4-hour candle, man. We need to make a wick. Just closed.
Well, the wick is there already.
Testing.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Rakeel, can you go to the 4-hour?
Oh, the 4 hour just closed.
Yeah, so we need to create that wick.
Oh,
Hello, Rakeel.
go to 4 hour, yeah.
Motherfucker, Rakeel. Can you
Yeah.
zoom out? Yeah. Now, stop.
This area right here.
Yeah, but we need. I think I'm looking for a retest of this zone.
Yes.
See all this for our rejections.
Yes. Let's zoom back in over here. See, now a confirmation for me, there'd be two types of confirmations, right? If this 15-minute candle breaks the low of the previous one, that's going to give me confirmation that, okay, we're going to come down here to retest this low, which is going to be the 4 hour wick fill. Or if this candle, you know, finishes bearish, that's going to give me confirmation again that, okay, the next one should continue moving down. So the thing here is we just got to wait for this candle to close.
And how many pips would it be to that target you got on there? That one?
Right
Bottom?
down here, it's going to be around 12 pips.
And down to the bottom to the support?
It's going to be 15
Well,
more pips. So 15 plus 12 is what?
That's 38.
30.
I mean, 28.
28. Yeah.
That's
no.
good.
Yeah. 28. Perfect. Wow. Mac
Perfect. You did 28.
Mac has good mathematics skills.
It's a good range.
You're a mathematician, man.
But
Judge.
if we go down and break this 50-minute low, you won't have any 4 hour wick, top wick.
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes candles have no wicks.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I get scared, man, when I see a candle with no wick.
But it's got 4 hours to make a top wick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
Rakeel,
what I'm looking for.
Hey.
I've sent a question there on the chart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's it. Oh, you sent a chart. Okay, GU, can we have a wick fill? 3 wick looking bullish candle. Yeah, the thing with GU going bullish is that, I don't know, because it's this resistance it created right over here. And also the previous 1 hour candle, it closed very weak. You know, this down here. So I wouldn't want to take a buy because it closed very weak. I don't like it. You know, personally, I don't like it. Even looking on the 30-minute, it's just so dirty, so bad. I don't like this at all. So if I was to take a trade on GU, I would just say this is ranging, and I would wait for a price to break above, let's say 1.29640 to continue up to, you know, 1.29850 to fill that wick. So I'd wait for a break above this area right here, 1.29640.
Okay, thank you. I was also worried about that resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See, whenever you're worried about an area, just wait to see if that area gets broken or not. Alright, someone sent a chart. Let's take a look at this chart. Euro NZD, break of zone, waiting for rejections, bullish candle form for buy. Yeah, this is good. This is a perfect example here. That candle broke above resistance here. Now you're looking for a bullish candle confirmation to continue moving up, or at least test this high and then eventually break it to continue moving up. This looks good. This is a perfect example of a well explained chart.
What in the world? Look at gold, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, gold's gonna go
I
up.
took my last position. I just closed. Damn it.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue moving up.
That looks
All that consolidation to the left.
Man, if on the 4 hour this was a huge fake out below 1462, this is going to break 1468 and continue to 1473 on the 4 hour if this was a huge fake out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, this was massive. GJ created a little tiny nipple there on the 15-minute candle on the top.
Nipple.
That was funny, right?
Just came out of nowhere. Nipple. Anytime you use the word nipple in a sentence, out the blue, it's funny. Nipple.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Man, I didn't even know when they created that. What the hell? I was watching it right now the whole time.
There you go. There you go. A little bit more.
Weird gold looks like it's tracking to 14.
You said you took entries already on GJ, right?
No, I'm
Gold.
talking about gold. Gold to 1470.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's tracking that way based on the hour candle right now. So the hour candle basically filled the previous hour wick. So that was the trade to get initial position secured. And then now it looks like we might break back into that consolidation area on the hourly, which is around 1468.
And we have the New York Open coming just now as well, right?
Right. Yeah. So I think it's starting to move. I'm in at 1464.92.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get a retest of the 1450
No.
level.
No. If you looked at the retest was on the 30 minute. On the 30 minute, that was your fake out candle. On the 30 minute, this 30 minute now is probably gonna push all the way back up to 1468. Well, not the 30 minute, but with this next set of candles, we should be going to 1468. My stop loss is at break even. It's been very shaky. I don't really trust gold at this point. I'm trying to see if we can get something, because if you look at the weekly candle now, the way the weekly's set up, it's almost like we've created a bottom wick, and that may be the catalyst for the rest of the week to continue to push up, but the daily candles will screw us over as we go through.
1485 on the weekly.
Yeah, it's gonna continue up. GJ's gonna continue down.
Yeah, that weekly was screaming lungs.
Yeah.
Previously.
Yeah, so gold up and GJ down, basically.
Thanks, Ted.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that move is going pretty hard now. So.
Oh yeah, GJ broke that support.
Yep.
Yeah, and gold is definitely gonna hit Rakeel's target at 1468. Easy.
Yeah, I got in GJ once it broke the 15-minute low. I just closed.
Yeah, I just closed too.
Pending or what?
Oh, no market order.
Okay.
I pointed out too, if it breaks the low, it's gonna continue down.
You said that like 6 times.
Yeah, I said it so many times.
He said it like 6 times, and he said nipple.
Yeah, man, there's so many confirmations.
Yeah, once you hear nipple, you go at it.
Yeah, nipple, man, that's
I'll get an alert every time you say nipple.
Yeah, once you hear nipple, you go at it. Look at the chart.
Man,
That was something new though.
wow,
That's really
yeah. This was
The
so
nipple
easy,
indicator.
Yeah,
man.
it only comes out like once every few weeks, man.
I even talked about this for like 20 minutes.
I know.
Wait for it to go up. Wait.
Yeah, you're right, man.
And out of the blue, he said nipple.
And I took my last gold buy position as soon as the new hour opened, looking for the weight field. But I closed in just what 7 pips. So.
Well, this is gonna hit 1460 easily, bro.
Yeah, because I saw all this noise.
Yeah.
Right, but 1468 looks really good at this point. Like with the momentum we got.
Yeah.
And from there, that's it. Secure your profits and call it a day.
Yeah. I'm out, guys. You guys have a good day.
I think you might even get 1474. Jeez. The way this has momentum.
You keep adding.
It's just because the daily candle has a huge bottom tail now, and that tail has to go somewhere.
And this current candle has a nipple.
Like, if right now, if you're in this trade, you should be securing profits. Like, there's no reason to lose this trade now, and if this takes off, we're moving. But I don't think it'll take off this hour. I think we'll get to 1468, and then it'll top out. It's just going to be very tough because of the way the market structure is. You have too much consolidation to the left.
Yeah, that's why I closed, because after I took my trade, I said to myself, there's a lot of noise to the left hand side.
I just want to get through this daily. If we get through this daily range, if we get above the daily, if we can get above 1469, that's so huge for this trade, because this could really push all the way through. But it's very tough right now. I'm gonna get. I always wrestle with this. This is the biggest problem with trading: is looking at the higher time frame and seeing a clean move, but having to fight through all this noise on the lower time frame.
Having the confidence.
Well, it's not having. It's not. It's confident. I'm confident that we're gonna break through, but it's just like I don't want to go into a deep drawdown just to try and grab that move all the way up when I can grab moves as we continue. Like right now, I'm 16 pips deep. I can close this trade and profit and then wait for a pullback and then take another position. Or I want this to push up, to get into 23, 24 pips deep and then place a stop loss and let it bounce around in that part. Like that's my goal. Every time I trade is when I take a position like this early in the week, I want to get the best type of position where I can hold it, where we break through a range. And like right now, if we can break into 1469, 1470, I can then move my stop loss and it can bounce around in that range and then pop up even more afterwards based on the higher time frames. That's the problem, right? So I wrestle with the idea of, hey, I can take 17 pips profit, or I can go for the massive 100 pip profit. So it's just really,
maybe.
Well, yeah, that's just how I feel. I mean, I already profited this morning a bit. I'm not really looking to do much today, so I may just close it and let it do what it does. But I just have a feeling that this 4-hour candle is going to really push a little bit. I struggle with holding my trades. I close with a loss and then it ends up in going in profit. Well, that's basically because you're not managing your trade accordingly and you're not trusting your analysis. That's a little bit of a different feel from what I'm doing right now. I already have profit and I'm struggling with trying to extend my profit based on the fact that we're on Monday and I still have to fight through a Tuesday candle and a Wednesday candle. That's a little bit of a different scenario. Like right now, if I close my trade in profit, I'm happy. Because the analysis was correct. The idea is now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to map out the current analysis and say, hey, if we break through certain ports, where's a safe place to place my stop loss to see if we can really get it moving? Obviously, when you look at the daily with gold, we're starting to push up. So if we can get through this area in the next hour or so, you can then start to place a stop loss, say like right over here, and then let the trade bounce all the way through this and then continue up, and then slowly move your stop as you go through. That's what I'm struggling with right now, and I struggle with that on every time I take a trade because I see the higher time frames and I see a longer term projection. But this here is massive profit. Why am I letting it bounce back down to here, only go back further up? It doesn't make any sense because I can close this candle, take profit, and then just come back and take it again later on. That's sort of the struggle that you go through as a trader.
Yeah, just close already and call it a day. It's almost done.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Like now, the 15-minute candle on gold, there's a zone that's been created right over here, this zone over here. So I want to see how it reacts in this area, and then potentially pop a little bit further. So.
Yeah, but now the 5 minutes pulling back.
Yeah, it's going back into that zone. That's what it's supposed to be doing. I wanted to create a tail so that we create a support over here, and that's above my stop. If it creates support here, and then that will give me a little bit of better indication that we could continue moving.
All right, someone sent a chart.
So now your stop is 1465?
My stop is at 1465.27. So it's in that range. So this is the problem. You get stuck in this range. You're hoping that it breaks out of it, and that we're out of that area. Because if we do that, then it's a clean move at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I secured 4 pips, so I don't really care what happens with this trade. But there's an opportunity here that if this 5-minute candle creates that bottom wick and then pushes up back into 1467, then that might be the last time we're in 1467, and we're on to 1468 and 1469, and that corresponds with like UJ and UJ dropping as well because of the push that we're getting with gold right now.
That's exactly the scenario with GJ right now. 5-minute candle starting to push down.
Yeah, so like with GJ is very clean. Like this is probably the optimal setup. Like you get this little rinky dink retest on the 5-minute, and it's just gonna just drop right onto here very quickly.
Yeah, now it's dropping now.
I don't know what to look at, gold or GJ, gold and GJ. Both are running.
I'm watching gold, so you can keep it on GJ.
I'm going back on the screen. I got GJ on MT4, and I got gold on MT5, so I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, I've got GJ on my other screen, so okay.
Oh, Raja, have a look at GPAUD. Nope, you need to send a chart, Mr. Ben Syncratic.
Yeah, send the chart.
Send a chart, please.
Alright, I'm out for today, guys. Good luck.
Take care.
Alright.
Take care, man.
Do we ever go to the lower than the 5-minute time frame? I don't see the benefit of going lower than 5 minutes. I also sometimes don't even see the benefit of going to the 5-minute time frame. It's just more of when I'm brand new in a trade, I just like to see how things are forming on the smaller time frames. Once we get past this area, like 1467, 1468 with gold, then I move to the hour time frames, and that's all I'm watching at that point. I'm not watching anything below the hour. There's no point. It'll just screw with your confidence.
Yeah.
Like Raja's target's gonna get hit at this 1468 mark. It was a perfect target. I mean, the guy's spot on like 90% of the time. It's scary.
Well, it's just resistance. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. It's just I'm good at what I do.
100%.
So you see, man, Ford reinvent the muscle car, the Mustang. They got an electric car now.
Everybody's going away.
Oh, GJ's dropping too.
Yeah, so like if you're in gold right now, you should be closing your profits if you're comfortable like at this point, because this is where you're gonna get into trouble as we start to break through this. So here's like, you know, you take profit here, you're fine, because at this point you might get a spike up and then it'll pull back down. But man, if you've taken from down over here up to here, that's a huge trade, just, you know, in terms of what you're doing. And at this point you should be probably moving your stops. Now I move my stop again, just below the previous 15, below this 15-minute candle, I just moved my stop. So now I'm comfortable. I don't care what happens. Because it's starting to fly. This was actually probably the best part of that trade, is that tap into this area and then have this candle pop right back up to here. Easy trade, no drawdown. Target achieved.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's Pavan. I was wondering. I'm like, yo, none of the mics are. Whose music is that?
Man, I hate it when people email me saying, oh, we have this great idea, we want to work with you, and then they don't tell the idea. And then you got to email them back and then wait for a reply. Like, fuck. People need to learn to get to the point.
They don't want to tell you the idea because they don't want you to steal their idea.
Man, I just wish people would just get straight to the point. Because it's such a waste of time.
Oh, I didn't know you could pick up my wife. That's my wife's music in the background. Sorry about that, fellas.
Oh, you just got a really good mic, man.
Yeah, say that again, because that's the iPhone. Say that again.
Oh, is that the iPhone?
That's the iPhone, baby.
They must have updated their software then.
The S10 sounds better.
Right.
Raja, your moderator put me in timeout. Could you talk to him? Moderator has their own rules, so
That's right.
I don't even know what the rules are.
When I see the same stupid questions being asked all the time, I mute you. SB, you ask the same dumb things every day that you're here, and it's annoying. And the last 3 weeks, I've let you get away with it. Now, I'm not letting you get away with it. I thought you would correct yourself with your own evolution, but you haven't corrected itself on evolution, so I am now evolution.
Forcing you to evolve.
That's right.
I'm the catalyst.
I just closed gold. I'm happy with that.
No, it was really nice trade.
Yeah.
Man, if gold comes up 1469, 1470, it's going more up.
Yeah.
That was.
I just closed. I don't
Yeah.
really care, but.
That was a 40 pip move, man. 20 minutes.
Yep. I mean, it's weird because on my charts, like 1468, 1469 is a very, very heavy resistance area. And it looks like it can just drive right through it. And then 1474 is like the final target. But it's weird because this candle that I have on my 4-hour chart, that means it would have moved basically $14 in 4 hours. More than that, actually, because we were dipped to like 1457, 1456.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge move. I mean, I'm probably right, and I just closed too early, but it just seems like massive. There it goes. 1458.
wanted to buy that for 50 for 10 pip because I didn't trust. It's just ridiculous, man.
Oh my god, bro, the torch guy closed gold at 1461 for the news or something. I don't know. This guy.
Oh.
No.
He would have
closed the account.
Oh, he would have made. He would have made bank, man.
Yeah.
Why?
He woke up.
He woke up and he said. he woke up. He said,
"Fuck to this guy."
Man.
He said he was gonna close him out at 1500, but he said he woke up and he saw he was below, and then when the gold pushed, he just closed it out.
Oh, he would have made that back. Because the way these guys trade, I'm sure he wouldn't have closed. He would have just let it run.
Yeah.
Alright, what's this? What's this chart over here? Oh, whoa, what are these lines here? One sec. This is the gold 4 hour. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. You've reached target. Perfect.
Jeez, gold's 1469, exactly where I thought we were gonna start flipping.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's gonna get to. Oh, gold is gonna punish everyone who tries to sell right now.
Oh man, it's right in clear traffic.
Yeah.
Out of the bushes.
This is a little speed bump right over here. I think it's gonna move over it.
It's gonna plow right through. Yeah.
The market just fucked a lot of people today.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
I couldn't. You know what the problem was with gold sells is when I saw that like last night when people were selling gold. I looked at the way the daily candles finished, like the Friday daily candle, and to be honest, I didn't trust it. Like I didn't think that, you know, when you looked at the Friday daily candle, it had that pullback and that rejection. I was thinking if we don't break a certain level, like if we don't break 1460, we're not going anywhere really. And we just tapped into it on the daily, and that's not enough confirmation really. I just hate trading gold right at the beginning of the week because of the way that it moves. But like stuff like this, the last few Mondays we've had really good movement, and then tomorrow it'll fuck everybody.
All right, here comes
Holy shit.
Comes the move up on gold.
Hit 1469. That's good.
Everybody's having a party.
Yeah, 1469, 1470. Actually, 1470 is probably a really good target now at this point.
Oh man. Hey, Q got a picture of this guy putting out the torch.
No.
that
fuck?
shit is
Yeah?
funny. Damn, not. Hey, oh, somebody created it. Nah, you just reposted it. Somebody created it. It says next something next. It says, damn, not the fire extinguisher. That shit is...
The torch got extinguished.
Oh shit. That's so funny.
But you know what the...
Where is that?
Wait, I'll show you.
This is his last story. His last story.
Pull that up, man. That shit is so funny.
Jesus.
That shit is super funny, dude.
Like the last losses are crazy. No stops.
Yeah.
Look at that. 0.02.
It's so sad.
I'm gonna follow this guy, man.
Almost 100 pip loss over there.
This shit is super funny, dude.
The wins are really small, but the losses are really big.
So sad.
This sounds like somebody from the Forex factory and made something like that in the Kills group. These motherfuckers like the king of beans.
It's so sad. Holy cow. I don't know. I mean, it's a good social experiment because basically what it shows is it shows that like most of Instagram can't trade. So it's a good social experiment that way, and I mean it's good to show people what not to do.
Yeah, but it's not good for Q, man.
I
My
don't.
opinion.
He doesn't care because in a week everyone forgets. Does anybody remember what happened to the last torch guy? Nope.
Nope.
Nobody's spoken about him.
I do.
Well, we all no, I know we all do, but I mean, it's like nobody's brought him up. Nobody's said a word about anything. That's it.
The thing is, in 2 days, all these things get buried.
That's right. It's Instagram is exactly what it is. It's Insta. So as soon as it goes past Insta, people forget. Because I mean, think about it this way: if you were teaching people how to trade, and you were educating people, you would not be this bad at picking someone to pass the torch. Think about it logically, right? Because you should be able to review their histories and say, this doesn't make sense. This trading doesn't make sense. And the fact that that can't be done says a lot about who is passing the torch on. It's not necessarily the people that are actually the torch bearers. It's who's making the choices, right? Like, when a company does bad, you don't blame the employees, you blame the CEO. Just like, I mean, that's what you look at, right? So, I mean, it's just an interesting experiment. It's a good reality. I love it. I mean, I'm thoroughly entertained by it, but I feel it's not doing any benefit to anybody. It's just really a waste of time now. It's turning into a joke, to be honest. Like, you could say the first person you selected was, okay, that was an anomaly, you know, like he didn't know what he was doing. But man, 2 people in a row within 2 weeks? Come on. That's just stupid now. You might as well give my dog the MT4 and let him trade. Okay, bye.
Get Buddy to trade.
It's funny because I don't want to see one of his students do the challenge because that'll blow up his whole education. It's going to make or break it. Like, you're now relying on one person that you've taught how to trade to make or break your entire brand. It's insanity. That's like getting the guy that fills up the gas at the pit, like when you come in the pit row when you're running F1, the guy that does the gas tank to fill up the gas to go, hey, we need you as a driver.
Can you just have a quick go?
Yeah, exactly. Can you do a lap for us? Yeah, but I'm only the guy that uses the gas pump. Don't worry about it. You know enough about the car. Yeah. It's scary. I mean, and you know what? Anybody can talk, and I'm speaking straight fact. You're allowing your whole entire career and branding based on one person. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
That's a hell of a risk.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's gonna end the challenge right here.
Someone DM me and said, you notice how Q put the first rookies first and put his students last? Like, brilliant. Like, that's genius. So it's good marketing.
Well, it is, because here's the thing. It's the perfect marketing scenario, because what you've done is you had a big safety net with the people that weren't part of your groups. Because if they do well, then that's great. You can promote them. And if they do crappy, you can say, well, they weren't part of my teaching anyway, so what did we expect? So either way, it's a win-win situation because you're getting notoriety. The second guy comes up, and it's like, oh, he's got a different strategy. Okay, let's see what he does. He burns his account. Now you've got 2 guys that have burned accounts, and now you're bringing up your sluggers from your training people, whatever. Man, there's no, you think there was pressure before? Now they have even more pressure.
Yes, step up.
Yeah, it's like, guys, we need you to actually do stuff here, and everyone's gonna be like, what? Oh no.
Yeah, this one needs to go out the park. You got one shot.
Exactly. Like that's sort of the scary part, right? But
It's a dangerous game, but to be fair, it could work out pretty well.
yeah, and I mean, like I said, I don't doubt it. I don't dispute it. I'm just thoroughly cautious of these kind of opportunities and challenges because they don't make the most sense with a lot of people. And gold is going up to 1474. Wonderful.
I wasn't going to mention it.
Yeah.
You're doing well at this, though, to be fair. I'm just going to hold everything in close now.
Yeah, we're going to bounce off that area. Like, this is now creating...
Like you said, though, the start of the week, that's the tough call. I know you got momentum, but the way it's been, it's, I could easily just switch round at some point. Gradually. I don't know. Pretty solid move there, though.
Yeah. It's hitting that 1470 area, which might be a little bit. You might get a bit of a pullback towards the end of this hour before we go further up. But now it's just taking off. So oh well. Jeez. Holy fuck.
Oh dear.
Jesus, look at it go.
Oh man.
Wow, it's amazing.
That 4 hour move, huge.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in gold anywhere at like 1466, 1467, 1468, look at your daily candle. That the sky's the limit now. Like it's actually pretty scary. I think.
Yeah, we're traveling outside this area.
That's right. Like
this is the first target.
Black box is in from 1446. Holy shit.
That's a cracking effort. Nice work.
Yeah.
He was taking them when we were taking cells the other day, wasn't he? I remember. Yeah, that's good work.
I was in from 1464. Yeah, well.
My God.
It's massive right now.
That's a good thing. No, yeah, good level there.
I think what's going to happen is once we hit 1471, it's just going to spike right into 1472, 1473, and then that's where we're going to have the issue. Like once we, because we're already past this area here, you're going to find that like this ultimately becomes the target, and that's where we'll have a bit of consolidation. But man, it's flying. Well, 1474 is a nice target. And, congratulations, everybody who's still holding. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying is if we broke out of 1469, I said that a little bit earlier. If we broke out of 1469, that went back into the daily range, and it's now starting to push, and it's just moving very, very hard now. The good thing about that though is I think. Depending on how this daily candle finishes, now I'm planning my attack for the rest of the week. Because if we break above 1474, we have a clear path to 1484. So I think if at this rate we move like that, it's going to be a huge move up, and you might find that it fills all the way to 1491 on the daily. Well, that's the thing, right? So this is the problem with having this kind of move on Monday.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Is tomorrow it's gonna fuck everybody, because what's happened is somebody in some magical land has decided that gold needs to go up like $14 today, which it is basically doing. And the problem is, when you have that, everybody else sees the exact same thing right now. Like, everybody's salivating. Like, I am literally looking at my charts going, I'm gonna make like $500,000 this week if this is the way the market's gonna move. Because when you look across and you look at the daily, 1460 was a huge support level, and you can see it was tapped today, it was tapped back in September, and it was tapped back in August. So I have my daily chart and I'm watching gold right now. So if that's the case, every time we've tapped into this range, we've had a huge move up. So when you look at the daily at around September or October, whatever, October 1st, and if you look at the daily at like August 6th, the next daily candle has been absolutely deadly. And knowing that and saying, well, history repeats itself because the market moves in cycles, the next daily candle, either tomorrow or Wednesday, is going to be a massive move. So it's like we have to be very very careful, because everybody's planning now for that push up. Because essentially what's happening is we're pushing back up in the 1500s if that's the case. Because 1491 is an easy target for this week. If you look at gold on the daily, we actually have that triangle pattern. So we've come down and now we started to move up. And then there's a bearish candle that was on November 7th. There was a massive bearish candle and then a bearish candle on November 8th. Those two bearish candles are now getting erased with this move now on the daily. So what I see here, yeah, so Rakeel's got it up now, perfect. Okay, so essentially what we're looking at is this dip here, which we talked about, right? And remember we talked last week, if you're on the stream, we talked about this, that this area over here was massive rejection. And what did we need? We needed some sort of move away from this bottom rejection area. So what's happening now is this was sort of the last touch, but now you see what's happened is we've sort of not touched this like sort of liquidity area. So now, you know, you look at that and you say, okay, well, you know, what do we expect happening? This candle here was the start of this zone over here. So now if you think about this logically and you say to yourself, okay, how is this going to work? So this was our first liquidity area. So we talked about this being the first liquidity area, and now this being sort of the second liquidity area. So if we know that, as soon as we start to bounce out of that liquidity area on the daily candles, we only have one move, and that's to go up. And then when you take a look at what we have to the left, is we have this massive bearish candle that we will probably need to fill, because what you're looking at now is you're saying this, is you're turning around and you're saying we had this massive drop, tapped into liquidity, and now we're going back up, and we effectively have the triangle of power. But how we're going to get there, that's the scary part. And that's the problem where I'm worried, because we have this massive rejection here. So anywhere in the area, anywhere in this area, we can return to before we have. So you a trader now have to sit back and say, like, is this next daily candle going to be like maybe popping up to here and then continuing up? That's going to be your telltale sign. So how you plan for this gold trade this week is going to be very simple. You're going to say wherever this daily candle finishes, whenever this daily candle finishes, and if it finishes with a wick like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking orders maybe in the middle of that wick. And what I'm expecting is I'm expecting this. I'm expecting a candle to sort of rocket ship like this, but I'm expecting another tail. That's what I'm expecting. So I don't want to get caught in this bottom section where we're dropping back into here and maybe back into here. I want to be above that in this area here so that when we get the bullish move, we're catching it with the full body to drive up into the market. That's what you are trying to achieve this week. So now when people ask me, what are we trying to do? You're looking at this and saying, I expect us to go back up to 1490 because it makes sense, but I have to be aware of how the daily candles are working at that point.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's always concerning when you get that kind of big move straight off the bat at the start of the week. That always concerns me.
Yes.
That puts me off a little bit, to be honest. But then, because that seems a lot. That seems a big move without a reaction yet.
Correct.
Like we said before, at its stages, so you could go up and just form its, your little stepping zone again, bit by bit.
Oh wow, Chris, your mic is super duper low.
Is it?
Super duper low compared to Ted's mic. Super duper low.
Yeah, man, slow.
Maybe you need to put your mic right next to your mouth or something.
Okay.
Or inside your mouth.
No.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a setting click because when I was doing my streaming thing the other day, I turned it down.
Someone in my group, they have a TP on gold and the TP is at 1474, and I'm trying to tell them it's too aggressive, take profit, because your first area of concern is around here 1471, and then the next is at 1473, so 1474 gets pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I think the big move already happened. We may have some sort of consolidation. We'll start to range a little bit, and then we're going to have a pullback orientation session and push through London, New York tomorrow. But as right now, today, I don't see gold going farther than it is right now.
Man, this boom arm is pretty amazing. I mean, I can have clear mic at any point at my desk.
Oh, have you bought an arm?
Yeah, a boom arm, yeah.
It's a Bluetooth.
Boom arm is it's a stand. It's like wait, I'll show you. It's what a boom arm
Yeah,
is.
like the one you see on the radio, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like this.
Yeah.
Pro stuff.
Yeah, so
Next level shit.
Yeah, that's top notch. That's decent.
yeah, so like well, people have those headphones with mics. That's good. I don't have a headphone with mic, so I have a mic. So this creates like a it's just boom arm.
Hey, start singing soon then.
Yes, put like a pop filter on and start singing.
Yeah, but that depends on your mic, no?
Yeah, so there are basically two types of mics. One's a condenser mic. What it does is it picks up everything, dog barking, like clicking sounds, everything. Then you have the dynamic mics, which are in the headphones. Dynamic mics only pick up voices which are spoken right into them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear that, man.
I didn't knew that either. I knew that yesterday.
Hey, you know your snowball thing, right? That's got that on the back of it.
Yeah, that's a condenser mic, yeah.
That's what I did then. I had it on setting 2, which only picks up really voice, nothing else, I think. When I switch it back to 1, I think that does everything.
Oh, yeah, you got that one.
Yeah. So if I've got my music on, it doesn't pick up my music, but if I talk, then it picks up my talking.
we can still hear you sip your tea. Yes. Because I have a boom arm for my tea too, so it comes close.
You're not full of gadgets.
Yeah. I can host a radio show from my computer desk.
Well, you kind of do already, don't you? Really? You just don't play music.
Yes.
So you'll be having a webcam soon.
Yeah.
That's next.
Yeah, I need a webcam here too, so you can see my face in the corner of the screen. Chart in the chat. Oh, I can't see it. Oh,
Oh,
there
you
you
do?
go. Oh yeah, nice.
That was the one from your evening, I suppose.
Yeah, from yesterday.
Yeah, man. So I held it overnight with 22 pip SL trailing SL.
Yeah.
Yeah, worked out pretty well.
Very nice.
That's the one I tried to make a video about.
It was a good Monday.
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm kind of done for the week in my targets, to be fair.
Yeah, a little bit of a rocky start, but we got where we needed to be.
Yeah, the start was kind of iffy.
Yeah. I'm lucky I closed those GJ buys.
That come back quick. Where did you guys get it? Because I wasn't watching you.
I was in at 234, 131, 234.
Yeah. I see.
I had smaller positions because I don't trust GJ at this point, so I wanted to get in, and then I was going to scale in with bigger positions.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was did nothing.
That's what trading is, though. Sometimes.
And Euro JPY, I lost on that, and I had bigger positions open there, which was fun.
Nice.
Well, because Euro JPY had a better structure, right? So when Rakeel and I were working through it, I'm like, yeah, this made sense, and it never really got going. So I ended up just closing early, and I let my GJ trades run, and then just before the hour before the New York session, or like the North American Open, I ended up closing my GJ buys, because I was like, it's not really doing anything. Like it got up to like, I think 315 or 320, and I was like, it's supposed to hit 350. I thought it would hit 350. Didn't do anything. So then I ended up closing.
Yeah.
And then I was on a conference call, and everything just tanked, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
Quick pause a call.
Yeah.
Wow, someone sent me a picture of my chart from 2 years ago, and it's the same setup that I'm still trading. Interesting.
That's consistency. Man.
Gold has seemed to slow down a bit, I guess, but it's holding 1469. So it'll be interesting to see if this creates a new zone at around 1469, 1470, and then we get a wick down into this previous zone, and then we continue to fly to 1474. We shall see.
I'm just cautious with it right now. Well, I won't be trading anymore anyway, but
no.
I don't know, it's just a move like that puts me off. I don't know why. It's not like it's a bad thing, but it's just something like that. It just gets in my head, especially on the first day of the week. I'd rather see that like on a Wednesday or something. I feel a bit more comfy with like, okay, well I can deal with like the reaction of it, or it's like I've got more time.
Well, the thing with gold on the daily now, the way the gold chart is forming, like I have like this candle like this on the daily with gold, like this huge bottom wick. You know,
Yeah.
we could potentially have like this candle could repeat like several times.
Yeah.
Like we could get another candle that will look exactly like this tomorrow, but the wick is a little bit shorter, and the next candle do the exact same thing, a little bit shorter again, and then finally we get this breakout, and then that fills. So I'm very cautious with this, and the way that this daily candle's looking, it could easily just drop right back down again.
That's why I'm cautious. I'll see it up to, what was it, 88, I think it was ish, or whatever it was. And I do see that as a potential, but just not yet. I don't mind if I miss it too bad. But
the best potential will be if this candle closes, say, over here, right? So if we close over here, the next daily candle bounces like down to here maybe, and then it goes up, and then we fill this area over here, and then the daily candle, this daily candle then turns around and finishes sort of like this at that point, where, you know, so the daily candle finishes like that, but it actually goes up to fill this area first, but then it finishes like that, And then what I'd want to see is the next daily candle drop. This becomes a new zone for us.
Yeah.
We drop into that zone, and then this one rifles up. So hopefully this is like a Wednesday, Thursday scenario. Like I think tomorrow's going to be a fuckery here, but I want the Wednesday, Thursday scenario to look like that, where we get the 1479, 1480.
Yeah, that's exactly the plan I'll be looking for. It's not like that's what I can't envisage that right now without some kind of coming back of some sort.
That's right. Yeah. And really, I think tomorrow we're going to have a mess over here. I think there's going to be a mess over in this area, and then the Thursday, Friday, maybe we're going to have a little bit more cleaner information, like over in this area here. It's just, when you think about gold, if you're trading gold and this is part of your plan, you have a lot of time right now, because we're still in like 1460, 1470. Man, we haven't even got back into the 1500s. Like, we haven't even got back up to here yet.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room to play with gold and to say, hey, I can take trades above here and I can get to here easy, because you can see right here, like, basically a clear path. And I don't have to worry about all this consolidation ranging crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's plenty of time. Well, we've been in this situation for a long time now. Doing it whatever price was. It's you can wait. You still because you got 1508 and 10 and stuff, which were levels. And, yeah, you got ages.
Can you tell us how you determine the trend? Well, the trend is right now we rejected a certain area and we've had 2 or 3 days of bullish momentum, so that would be the trend. Well, look at it this way. When you're I don't think necessarily it's determining trend. I think it's determining bias.
That's a better word.
It's, because the trend right now with gold has been bearish, right? You can look on your daily chart and gold has gone down. But the bias is now starting to flip and we're starting to go bullish. So when we look at that, we can say, hey, if we continue in this direction, there's an opportunity for us to continue up. I think that's what you want to look towards a little bit more. Because when you look at this, we dropped, like, this is a bearish movement, right? And then we have these corrections going up. But when you start to look at what we have here on the bottom, this low is higher than this previous low. So that lends me to believe that we're starting to a little bit of a movement upwards, right? But we need more confirmation based on that. So that's what we're doing. With the last conversation I had, or the last discussion like 5 minutes ago, it was planning how we're going to attack the charts based on what moves happen. That's part of trading. You're visualizing what's going to happen and placing targets so that you are comfortable as the move starts. Right? I'm not turning around trying to say this is what's going to happen. I'm putting myself in the mindset of the chart and saying, okay, if we do this, then we should go here.
Hey, big news.
So I pasted this link in the YouTube chat, Trading the Trend. You can probably go watch this video here.
Spelling.
You're about to discover.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't believe after you said that I made a post and made a proper grammar error.
Wow, this is from 2 years ago, man.
Uncle Ted, wicks don't lie. When the trade doesn't show signs of exhaustion, is there a number of pips that you've confirmed is an optimal number to close position? No. There's no such thing as that. You should have already had that planned out before you entered the position.
Good target.
Oh, GJ is about to break down here in this hour. Break down to 14700.
Every trade is different, and you must plan out every trade that you're taking. Tanqua Bismarck, if you go through the chart, or you go through this live stream and you look in the notes, it specifically says what brokers he used.
It's in the description.
It's in the description every morning.
Yeah, it says right there, brokers I use. Ooh, G just dropped in.
Yeah, where that zone is, that's kind of exactly what I was looking for if it comes back.
Yeah, it's gonna drop 5 more pips there.
Test on the 30-minute, as people call it.
See, GU tried so hard to break resistance, but it didn't. Look at the amount of 30-minute candles tried to break resistance, but they couldn't break resistance. I think
that was pretty concerning too.
Yeah, I think that's where people get stubborn with their analysis. You know, they're like, oh, it's forming bullish, it's at resistance, the trend is up, it should break resistance, you know. And when you get stubborn like that, it's a very dangerous place to be in, because then you don't want to accept a loss, your ego steps in, like, you know, or maybe if there are guys watching you, you just be like, no, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to accept that, hey, it's a bad trade. I'm willing to take a loss over here.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like taking a planned loss is the same thing as taking a profit. It's gonna keep you in the game for like way a long amount of time. I hope no one's still holding a buy from up there from DJ. You know, because the first question is going to be, hey, you think GJ will retest 141 200?
Roger, are we buying GJ instead, Roger?
Yeah, put a life vest on and buy GJ. Because you're going to be drowning in drawdown. That's a good one.
You gotta do that. You gotta turn around and post like a link to like Canadian Tire or like one of those outdoors places and be like, hey, if you guys are trading drawdown, put this on as you're trading because you're drowning.
Yeah.
When people ask like what kind of tools you need to trade, life vest.
Fire extinguisher, life vest.
Fire extinguisher, life vest.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, $9 at Walmart. There you go. It's probably bigger than most people. It's probably help most people's trading account.
Do you guys get that Bear Grylls over there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna wear this tomorrow and trade.
Yes, exactly. That's good.
Oh, it's on sale too. It was $14.
Let's get a branded one.
The great for a day on the boat or the beach or the charts. There you go.
You might want to get some rope as well.
Oh, there are 2 reviews on it. I wonder who put reviews.
It worked. I saved myself.
Can you imagine? What a good review that would be.
Well, 2 reviews.
I fell into what once I didn't draft. Actually, I'll be concerned if there was 0 reviews.
That's true. It's not working.
Yeah, it didn't work so good.
Or you can use this if you have no stops. Woo!
Go down with a raft.
That's a Niagara Falls thing. That's a
Yeah.
that's
Over
where
the
you
edge.
barrel. Yeah. People still do that.
I don't think so anymore.
No.
I don't think you're allowed anymore to go over.
No, well, it's kind of stupid.
Go on Niagara Falls with that thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
people used to do it in barrels and stuff, no? I've seen it on Australia, I'm
Back,
sure.
yeah.
To go over the falls?
Yeah. Man,
Isn't that deadly?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think many survive.
What an idiot.
Yeah, people do it. They used to do it. I don't even know why they did it for.
That drop.
Yeah, I caught a tiny bit of that drop. Tiny bit.
Yeah, someone was set fire at the bottom of that.
Hey, Gartic. Gartic. Oh, Gartic's not here today. Gonna do shoulders. Time for shoulders today.
That's another tiny nipple.
Finding what? Finding the airport?
No. No, another tiny nipple. Right here.
Tiny apple? I don't know what you're saying.
Nipple.
Oh, maple. Oh, a tiny nipple. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna set myself on break even for a little bit.
Oh, on GJ.
Push.
Nice.
Before 11.
Nice. This is my favorite time. Done with charts, made some money, now just chilling with Raja and Ted.
Yep,
Yeah.
same. I'm just being social.
Come on, GJ. Oh, coming down. 14700. Come on.
I can't remember what I was marking yesterday. I think 650 was pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, this is awesome. GJ did exactly what we thought it would. See, when GJ was creating these candles, I had no idea what it was doing. But once this current candle started to break down, that was at like 14800. I was like, yeah, it's going to go to 14700 because it's a clean candle to the left. Ooh, Charlie just closed his cells. Alright guys, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go to the gym here.
Alright, man. Have a good afternoon.
Alright.
Enjoy.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night. G'day, mate.